My presence is the gift.
Merry Christmas. I'm here.
Merry Christmas, Happy New Year. I've arrived.
You're welcome.
Welcome, everybody, to Zia Comics Weekly. Oh, we couldn't finish the year without talking to everybody. It's been a couple weeks.
It's been, seems like forever.
It seems like forever. We have grown facial hair. We've gotten wiser with our years.
That might be a stretch.
Honestly, I feel like I may have taken a step back.
Yeah, I think I've regressed.
Yeah, I kind of. 2023 is ending very badly. So I'm just like, yeah, let's go to get to 2024. So
yeah, I'm ready to leave this year behind.
What's going on, Troy? How are you? How are the holidays?
Good. I really have no complaint.
No complaints?
Yeah.
No, one complaint. No complaint.
Nobody would listen if I did complain. So
that's what I'm starting to realize in 2024. No complaints because no one cares about my complaints.
Yes.
Moving forward. So
yeah, or they always have something worse. Well, you should see what happened to me. It's like,
I know, right? You're never gonna top. I'm like, man, I just had such a bad year. Really? Well, I lost a leg.
Yeah.
You win.
It's airing of grievances.
I know I can't top that. I mean, unless I chop my foot off right now, I can't beat you. You win.
Yeah, you win. I didn't know we were competing, but yeah, you win.
Oh man, how are things going? How are things been going at the stores? Cruises in Alamogordo. By the way, you're very entertaining on TikTok during a vacation. Yes.
Oh, I was?
Yes. Especially your travels to the Alamogordo store.
Oh, yeah. The Border Patrol checkpoint.
Yes, those lovely things, especially during the holiday season.
Yeah, I passed the litmus test. I'm very white.
On a good day, I get through. I'm like, okay, cool. Just keep on going.
Yeah, usually I never get stopped, and then like the video said, they were looking at everybody's ID, 4 or 5 cards in front of me. So I'm like, oh, so I got mine out and I was ready. I get up there, he's like, yeah, go ahead. He didn't even ask if I was a U.S. citizen. He's like, go ahead.
Yeah, no, we got you. You're good to go,
dude.
Oh man, no, it definitely is. I mean, just a lot of travel, a lot of people hitting the open roads, and so obviously the roads have been more busier than usual. How's Alamogordo doing? Going into the holidays, it's crazy to think, man. You're ended 2023 with Alamogordo now being open.
I never thought it was going to happen.
It didn't. If you look at past episodes, we didn't know if it was going to happen.
It was a long time coming. No, it's doing well. They were supposed to start already earlier this year, renovating Main Street down there, New York Avenue in Alamogordo. And, anything with the government gets pushed.
Yep.
So it keeps getting pushed. And now they're talking about maybe early next year they're going to start. So they're supposed to redo the whole. I mean, I've seen the plans. They got great plans if they ever get them started. The same thing happened here in Cruces when they redid Main Street. It just took forever. But it was worth the wait.
It's one of those hurry up and waits. But what we've learned in 2023 is eventually it does get completed. Eventually.
Yeah, they can't blame COVID now. That was their thing back then. Oh, well, COVID slowed us down. Okay, well, that's been over for a while.
Yeah, we're 4 years removed from it. Yeah, it's time to get to work. How about Las Cruces? I mean, I know with the new year, there's been definitely a lot of foot traffic out there, as we were getting into the holidays, the Christmas tree lightings and now getting ready for the new year. How things been going here back in Cruces?
Yeah, we're waiting for that chili drop. What did we get, number 3 on the CNN poll?
Yeah, number 3. We came into number 3, which isn't a bad look.
Oh, we'll take it. I mean, New York's always going to get that number 1 spot.
Yeah, so, no, I mean, you got to give it to somebody. I mean, they have to, because obviously that's where they're going to be. But it's kind of cool because it's getting national attention that CNN's going to be out here for the chili drop.
Yeah, they're going to find out. It gets cold in the desert too.
Oh, yes, it does.
Yes, bundle up.
Judging by my travels over the last week and a half, I'm like, oh, hey, this is nice over here. The minute I came back, it seems like once I crossed from Arizona back into New Mexico, it's like, bam, get a jacket. It's cold.
Right there at the border.
Yeah. So it's just waiting for you. Like, come on, buddy. You're ready to be cold.
I got you. Bring the hoodie. You're going to need it.
Yeah. I know. As you can tell, I came to work today thinking, I was like, I don't know. I haven't been there in a while. It might be cold.
Dress in layers.
Yes, you always got to. Of course, it is the wrap up of the 2023, and there is a lot that went down in 2023. And what do you say, Troy? Let's go ahead and kick it off with, of course, some top movies from 2023.
I
Can
gotta
you guess?
remember, yeah, 2023. I gotta remember what came out.
Can you guess what the number one movie is? By the way,
Barbie.
it, it was Barbie, and we're going to be going off of the numbers.com. This is based off of all box office numbers, just how it performed worldwide, domestically. Because I was looking at some of these other, like Huffington Post, and some of these movies, man, we didn't even talk about. Like Barbie was number 10 on their list.
Yeah, I think you kind of gotta base it off of box office. That tells you how many people actually went and saw it in the theaters.
Yeah. And
Maybe throw in the streaming too if they streamed it.
yeah, and some of it obviously was based on, I mean, obviously a lot of it is the artsy movies. Oppenheimer, it was weird. Oppenheimer, I was like, okay, maybe that one was number 1. No, Oppenheimer was tied for second on some of these lists.
I think is people trying to be hipsters.
Yeah.
I don't like that movie. I want this art house movie to be number one. Played on
Yeah, well,
5 screens worldwide.
they got their wish, and they can have those lists. But we'll go with our list, and like you said, this is based off of who was going to the theaters, who was streaming, and who was, watching the movies that we love. Because there's a lot of great movies that came out this year that, yeah, it doesn't even feel like it came out this year. So,
Yeah,
all right, we'll start off. Number 10, Mission Impossible: Dead Reckoning Part 1. I believe that one came out late last year, but it made its impact into 2023.
I haven't seen it.
But number 10, didn't get a chance to see it. Little Mermaid, I forgot that one came out this year.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, so Little Mermaid comes in at number 9. And then, you have The Wandering Earth 2, which is number 8.
haven't heard of
Yeah,
that one.
I haven't even heard of that one. Number 7, I know we haven't heard of that one, and also I do not know how to pronounce it. So, skip number 7.
It's a foreign
But then
movie.
here, yeah, it was. Here is where it gets interesting. Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse, number 6.
This should be in the top 10. I definitely agree with that.
And that one was a really good one. It definitely is having some impact on the streaming. It landed on Netflix at the right time, for people to kinda catch it and enjoy it.
Oh yeah,
So, yeah, Spider-Man. By the way, if these are movies that you guys wanna check out, I definitely recommend you guys, going and seeing that one. That one was a good one. Took me a while, but I think, Troy, you and I were waiting for it to go to streaming. We weren't gonna
yeah,
go to the
and it leaves
theaters.
you on a cliffhanger. You know, there's a part 2 coming.
Yeah, it's coming. Family came in at number 5. Fast X
I
comes in
actually
at
watched that
five.
on the plane ride, and
Did you? What'd you think?
I'm usually not a big fan of the fast movies, but you're right, man. Momoa just he ate the screen up. That
Man,
character,
he was like bad daddy.
yeah,
Just like,
yeah. It was just I kept waiting for his scenes. The rest of them, you could have just cut it out and just had Momoa scenes, and I would have been happy.
but this is where I think that they have something going, because you now have this Thor type villain in these movies where, I don't know, man. I mean, and it was just he was just so slick with it. And then of course, then you bring Jack Reacher in, and then all of a sudden he's cool. Like, it was so entertaining. And I know, right? That's not his real name, but he had to make an appearance somehow. But I
Yeah,
thought it was really good with Momoa. Momoa's acting chops are amazing.
yeah, and they pretty much cameoed just about every major person, except for the dude from Drift. I don't think they brought that kid back, but they brought back the Asian dude, but Han or whatever, but they didn't bring back
Han.
the other guy.
Yeah.
But most
They're
of
not
that and Gal Gadot was Gal Gadot in it? I think
uh
maybe she was.
I think we can, I don't know, spoilers. I mean, at this point, you guys, it's
It's been
it's on
out for a
Peacock.
while.
You guys can go watch it on Peacock at this point. She does, because for some reason in Fast and Furious, nobody ever dies. So no, at the very end, at the post credits, she appears. So she's still
That's
alive,
right. Yeah.
even though she jumped off of a moving plane and somehow lived.
Through the power of family.
I know, fat man. I tell you. I need to tell my family to step it up in 2024, because I'm
Yeah.
invincible at that point.
I want to get adopted by him.
I know,
My
right?
family makes it.
You're immortal. I mean, unless you're their dad. I mean, the dad blew up in a car, but yeah, I mean, but still, family. And I think that one's more of a Momoa tribute on that one. I think a lot of people were excited to see Momoa in that. And by the way, just a side note, because TikTok will tell you these things. All the vehicles and anything that Momoa put like the car he drove, the motorcycle he drove, that was all him. He
Oh,
requested that, the colors he requested. So anything that his villain had, that was the request directly from him. So they had to go get this
wow.
stuff to make sure that it fit his character. And it did, man. I thought it was pretty cool.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, well, that's what you watch it for. You watch Fast and Furious not for the story. You just want to see the cool cars and the hot bodies.
Yeah. So, and I tell you, that John Cena's got a hot body. Well, when you can see him.
Whenever you can see the guy.
All right, here's where it gets interesting. And I don't know. We could probably debate about the top four. We'll start. Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 comes in at number 4.
That was 2023.
That was 2023. Doesn't even feel like it, right?
Yeah, that's probably my least favorite Guardians movie.
Especially because what we hyped it up. It seems like you and I
Oh,
were ready to like, oh, we're gonna cry, or someone's
I was going to
dying.
ugly cry, but I
I
didn't
thought
need
we
to.
weren't. No, nothing. We took tissues and Kleenex to the theaters for nothing. But yeah, obviously the story continues, and Marvel hasn't had the best in this phase. The success rate for this phase has not been that good.
No, not
So,
at all.
I don't know. I don't know where Marvel goes. Obviously the talks about what's going to happen in 2024, and I keep seeing that the only Marvel movie really coming out next year is Deadpool.
And I've been
So,
seeing a lot of stuff behind. Supposedly, that's going to be wild. There's going to be a lot of cameos and multiple universe type things. So can't wait. I even saw Predator in one of them. They're going to bring Predator in.
I think and because he breaks the fourth wall a lot, I think you're going to see them go through the Fox 20th Century Library and really go through. I don't know. I think you're really about to. They may overly exaggerate the timelines to then straighten everything out for the timelines. Who knows?
It's Deadpool. I'm good with whatever they do.
Hey man, I love his type of humor. By the way, have you seen the Welcome to Wrexham on FX with Ryan?
No,
Uh,
I need
I
to.
I finally finished it. Very good series. It is like a real life. Oh, what's the one with Jason Sudeikis?
Ted Lasso.
Ted Lasso. It's like almost like a real life Ted Lasso, but it's extremely good. It's entertaining, and then again, anything he does is very entertaining for people to
Which
go and
streamer is that on?
it's on FX. So it's actually a TV series, right? Like,
What?
he's like, what do you mean? It's not on Netflix? That's very awkward when you can start telling people, hey, by the way, you could watch this on basic cable. Wait, it's on basic. What's basic cable?
Wait, what?
All right, number 3. And I haven't seen the movie yet, and I really want to go see this movie. This may be the movie I go to the theaters. Oppenheimer comes in at number 3.
It's still not out for rent or streaming or anything. And I was looking for it yesterday, and they're like, I even asked Siri, and Siri's like, nope, it ain't out
Yeah,
yet.
I got misled. I thought it was going to be on Amazon Prime.
I did too.
And so
Nope.
I went, and then I was like, oh, hey, we can watch it. And then I almost bought it. And I'm like, oh, no, I'm good.
Oh yeah, you can buy it for like 30, $40 and why?
Yeah, no,
Yeah, I'll wait.
no, I'll wait. Yeah, I know. I was like, I'll wait one more month. We'll be good. Then you got the Super Mario Brothers coming in at number 2.
I forgot about that one. Yeah.
Yep. Super Mario Brothers comes in at number 2. Now, worldwide, they made $1,363,000,000.
Ooh, ooh,
So,
that guarantees a sequel.
oh, I mean, you're about to. I actually did see something, and you got to love the blog sites that the next movie could be a Smash Brothers movie. So you then
Bringing
incorporate
every character.
Zelda,
Kirby.
Donkey, Kirby. Yes, I mean, it's endless right there. So who knows
Wow.
if that's just a rumor? But I kind of thought that would be the third installment, not the second one. I mean, you don't
That'd
want
be
to
a
come
great
out
way to
swinging.
introduce all the other characters. But hey, let's slow down, man.
Yeah,
Do them one at a time.
I was like, let's not rush it. By the way, Chris Pratt still has to voice Garfield, so let's give him a break. So
Is there
yeah,
anybody else that works in Hollywood?
hey man, he's not doing Guardians of the Galaxy anymore, so he's got to start doing some voice work.
But but the voice is the same from Parks and Rec to Guardians of the Galaxy to Super Mario. It's the same voice. He doesn't even change it.
So I never saw Parks and Rec until after Guardians came out. Guardians came out, then I went back and watched it, and I guess he was in some other movies that I never really because you never really paid attention to him, right? To that
Right.
capacity. So then when you go back and watch Parks and Rec, and then you're like, "Oh my god, Star-Lord is dumb, but it's
Yes.
entertaining."
Yes.
So, yeah, no, Parks and Rec is, definitely a good binge watching show, especially if you got some time off. And then, no shocker here, Barbie is the number 1 movie.
And
One
they're already
point
talking about sequels for that one too.
1,439,000,000 is how much it
One.
brought in worldwide.
He
So,
didn't do the Doctor Evil
oh
one
yeah,
billion.
$1 billion. And by the way, that is now streaming on Max. Good for Max for pulling that out of out of the hat in time for the holidays.
Oh yeah, yeah. Have you seen it yet?
Finally saw it.
And
Alan is my hero.
Alan's the man.
The minute I saw Alan, I did this. I told my wife, I was like, "Hey, Troy told me to watch out for Alan. Watch for Alan." And we could not get over Alan the whole time.
He
Great
steals the
movie.
show.
Oh, he does. Also Ken, I mean, he's hilarious.
Well, he took out what 5 Kens on his own.
We got a comment right now. Someone said, Super Mario was incredible. I heard the next one they want to make is going to be Legend of Zelda. I heard that one too. Legend of Zelda was also
Is
a
Jack
talk.
Black going to be in it?
Probably. You know, there was also, oh, by the way, we got to mention this part. Jack Black is not nominated for any type of award.
What?
He did not get any for his singing of Peaches. So yeah, he got no Emmy. Is it
Somebody
Emmy?
dropped the ball.
Yeah, Emmys is I can't remember which ones they
Music.
do
I thought
next.
music was Grammys, right?
Grammys, they haven't done the Grammys yet, but as far as for Best
Emmys,
Picture,
movie, Grammys, music, Oscars for
Oscars is for picture.
picture, and what's the T? Tony. Tony's the
Yeah.
Broadway ones because you got the
Oscar.
EGOT.
I know that was kind of I was like, wait, what is it? The ego? I can't remember. But yeah, no Oscar nominations for Jack Black for his musical performance because they do have a musical performance in a movie. And
Right.
yeah, no, that was a given right there. And that was such a popular song around the time.
It actually hit the Billboard chart, I thought.
It did. It actually peaked in, I want to say, in the 50s, like the top 50.
For
Like it was
something
like
that had only like 5 words in the whole song. That's not bad.
right. It's like okay. It's like I don't know if why we're dropping the ball in this. I could see the Grammys though getting nominated for as far as original score. There could be a Grammy nomination for him, but those don't come out I think until January. So we'll have to see if Jack Black. But yeah, those are the top 10 as far as for 2023. Barbie, rightfully so. I mean, that had everybody just
It was a good it
excited.
was actually an entertaining movie.
It, I was pleasantly surprised. I
Yeah.
was excited about it. I mean, every aspect of it, like you said, it was just like the Barbies, the storyline.
The
It
Crazy
was
Barbie.
the crazy Barbie. I mean, if they're gonna get anybody but Kate McKinnon to do that, that was great.
She's perfect. I'll watch anything she's in.
Oh my god, just the part where they come back to Barbie Land and they're serving them beers. I was like, I'm excited to serve you. Like, it's like, what happened here? Like, it's just and adding Will Ferrell. Well, of course you should add Will Ferrell to a movie like this.
How can you not? John Cena was in it.
Yes. So
Mermaid.
by the
Merman.
way, that cameo was just perfect. Just enough to show up and says, Hi, Barbie. Like, okay. So if you blinked, you missed him. You didn't see him.
It was a
So
very meta movie. There was all kinds of Easter eggs hidden in there.
it really was. And I mean, I'm sure there was other things that, other storylines and other cameo appearances that you may have not have caught the first time, but great movie. Max, kudos to you for putting that on your streaming site right in time for Christmas when you knew everybody was gonna be home.
One smart move they made.
Really was. But okay, so we'll take the top 4: Guardians, Oppenheimer, Super Mario Brothers, and Barbie. Do you think that list, or do you think we need to change something up?
Well, I mean, it's hard to argue Barbie.
Yeah.
I mean, it made all the money, and it was a good movie, and I laughed through the whole thing. So I got to keep them at number one. I haven't seen Oppenheimer yet. Um, I don't think it had the big impact on tourism here in New Mexico like they thought it was going to.
Yeah.
There was a small little spike, and everybody's like, "Yeah, New Mexico's in the middle of nowhere. Forget it." Trinity site's really, really removed. You can go twice a year.
They're like, if I pass by it, maybe, but if not, I'm gonna keep it going.
Yeah, I know where it's at on the map. Uh,
One movie that I'm surprised that I didn't see on here, and I'm actually now I'm going past the top 10. Let's see. Okay, so you had Ant-Man and the Wasp, Quantumania was 14.
I keep forgetting all these movies from 2023.
Yeah, The Flash. The Flash is 25.
Yeah, well, Ezra Miller, yeah, the CGI and Ezra Miller kind of knocked that one down for me.
Yeah, one that there it is. Uh, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles: Mutant Mayhem.
I watched that one, and I mean, I didn't hate it, but you could tell it was geared more for the younger crowd, which makes
Yeah,
sense. You want to keep them interested. So yeah, I
30
mean, yeah, top 20 maybe.
39.
Ugh.
Yeah. So, it's gonna be a little tough to by the way, 39 is not a bad look when you're talking $180 million for an animated film.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I wouldn't cry.
I know, right? It's like, I'm not that sad. $180 million?
Didn't
Yeah.
the John Wick one, the new John Wick, come out this year?
John Wick, the 4th John Wick came out, that landed at number 16.
I'm
But
just
it
trying to
actually
guess now.
here's
Megan.
what I Meg 2. Oh, Megan. Oh, so Meg 2. Wait.
Yeah, anything
I
with
didn't know.
Jason Statham has to be on the list.
Yeah, that's number 17. Megan. Hold on, let me see if I can find Megan.
I think that was 23,
Uh
2023. I
Megan.
was actually surprised at how much I like that one too.
I don't see Megan on this list.
Wow.
Oh, okay, yeah, something's off, or someone forgot to add a movie to the list. But yeah,
Maybe it was in
Creed 3.
2022.
Yeah, Creed 3, 23.
I still haven't seen any of the Creeds.
Dungeons and Dragons is one that I still want to see.
Eh,
I know that's now on Prime.
I was let down.
Were you?
Yeah, a lot of potential, and it just really didn't. Chris Pine carried the whole movie on his back.
Oh,
Uh,
so
what was
well,
the
I
other
just
one? Don't Worry, Darling. Chris Pine was in. Was that 2023?
don't worry, darling. Let's see.
Where him and Harry Styles kind of got in a little fix,
Oh, that's right.
and
So
Harry
obviously,
spit on him, but didn't spit on him at the award show.
how dare you spit on me?
I,
One movie that and it's surprised that it's at 26 and it's only been out for a minute. Wonka.
oh, that just came out, didn't it?
Yeah, 26, and it's performing pretty well.
With the kid
So
from Dune.
yeah, so I still want to see that one too. But yeah, no, there's definitely quite a bit of movies that we just completely forgot about. Like, I can't believe Ant-Man, and I was wondering, I was like, there was no other Marvel or DC movies that made the list. Like, I don't really see anything from Aquaman, but that just came out this past weekend. So,
Did they actually finally release it?
yes, they did. So, still their
There's some
controversy.
controversy on that one now.
Yeah, I mean, Amber Heard apparently was reduced a lot in the movie. They said
Or
that significant roles were cut out of
they should have
Aquaman.
been. She's making claims against Momoa.
Yeah. So it's never ending. I love TikTok how they dissect things because they said that Momoa was even starting to dress like Johnny Depp on set.
Is showing up
And
drunk.
yeah, I was like, it doesn't seem that was on the Fast and Furious when he was doing all that. That wasn't on Aquaman, all right. Yeah, no, the big releases that came out over the holidays obviously was Aquaman and Wonka. So they performed very well over the weekend. You
Did
also had
Aquaman 2 do well?
I'm not sure as far as Aquaman 2. I don't have this weekends. I still don't have the holiday numbers yet. So who knows what's going to be happening with Aquaman. So, but
I, I would,
I didn't really hear a lot of people going to the theaters this over the holiday weekend.
or at all.
Yeah. No, it didn't seem like one of those, hey, we're gonna get the family together and go and watch, Aquaman. I mean, there was a lot of people, and I think the Willy Wonka movie did a good job of being released prior to the holidays because they did notice a lot of people were going to see the movie before the holiday season, before we got into Christmas. So I don't know. We'll see how those movies perform, and maybe it wasn't a good idea to release on Christmas unless that was their plan from all along.
Maybe they're just trying to bury it.
I think it's sad, but I think so because we know he's gonna play Lobo.
Yeah, I mean that's another iconic character that. But there's been other people who played multiple superheroes. Chris
Yeah,
Evans.
I know Chris Evans, but he will always be America's ass. So
You don't listen to him, Cap.
that's right. I don't know. What would you say was your favorite movie of the year?
Ah, it would probably have to be a toss up between Barbie and Super Mario. I really enjoyed both of those, and they're the ones that automatically pop in my mind when I start thinking of movies from the past year.
Yeah. I think they stood the test of time. I mean, think those two. If you take any movies out from this year, it was the Mario Brothers, and I think the Mario Brothers all because we were wondering how a video game movie was going to do. I don't think a lot of people had a lot of high hopes for it because of the last Mario Brothers movie. So, which
Well, Sonic did well after
yeah,
they changed the graphics.
yeah, which I know that one is almost completed if I'm not mistaken.
The new
I
one.
remember seeing something, the new one, the third one should be completed by mid 2024 with a 2025 release. So we'll have to wait and see.
I want to see an ugly Sonic movie.
I mean, if you're not getting
His
a
life
cameo from
story.
him, maybe he shows up in Deadpool.
That would
I
be
mean,
perfect.
if they're bringing Predator and they're going to be bringing everybody else that was a part of Fox 21st, I don't know if that would work either. But anyways, hey, he's for hire.
That would be amazing.
Yeah, no, I'm a Barbie. I would throw Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles as one of my favorites from this year, just because obviously I do like that style of cartoon that they were going for. Ice Cube as Superfly. I mean, if
Yeah,
you
the
can get
voice
Ice
work
Cube,
was great on it. They fit the voices perfect
yeah, I mean, using real teenagers to voice the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. I mean, why have we thought of that?
instead of 30-year-old white dudes.
Exactly. We have what do we see? The Ugly Sonic was my favorite cameo on the Chip and Dale Rescue Rangers movie.
Absolutely.
I
That
mean,
there were some good cameos in there. Don't get me wrong, but the ugly Sonic one made me stop and go, "Oh,
ask me how many cameos we remember from that movie, but I couldn't tell you one. But Ugly Sonic,
was the Coca-Cola polar bear in it?"
yes, he was.
That's right. Those are the only ones I remember. And ugly Sonic.
See, and then see, so yeah, Ugly Sonic. They might as well name that movie Ugly Sonic, but yeah. We also, I thanks for mentioning this. Doctor Who special on Disney Plus. Have you seen it?
Not yet.
Been seeing it. I just saw it on Disney. I just saw it on my queue last night. So yeah, Doctor Who special is now on Disney Plus. Looks pretty good.
I
I
heard they
saw
were
the
bringing back some of the older doctors.
I
I
believe
saw
so.
Tennant and I can't remember. I kind of quit watching after when Capaldi took over, and I just haven't gone back to it since then. But I used to love Doctor Who.
So yeah, there's a new installment. They kind of started promoting it, and Disney just kind of I don't know. I don't know what's going on with the marketing lately, and it's like they do this big build up to these movies that are coming out, just like Loki, and then it's like they forget about it. It's like I think they could have really put a little bit more into letting people know that Doctor Who is the specials on Disney Plus.
Yeah, I hadn't heard of it. I know they did a new Percy Jackson series on Disney Plus.
Yeah.
I barely heard about that. So
So
yeah, they're not
yeah,
doing good marketing.
yeah. Disney needs to get it together. I mean, obviously, over the year we've talked about some of the things that Disney's going to be doing. I mean, they're cutting back on their Marvel. Definitely taking a step back on their Star Wars. I
Was
think
there a
they're going to
Star
try
Wars
to.
movie this year? I don't think there was a movie.
No, there was a lot of
Series.
series that they
Yeah,
had. So we had Ahsoka that came out this year.
that was good. That was enough.
Yeah, I mean, but that's what Disney needs to do. Disney needs to, if we're gonna give us like you're gonna give us Deadpool 3, that's enough for us to kind of leave us wandering and kind of, okay, we can do this, we can keep going, and maybe slowing down the storyline. Because I tell you, this multiverse has really messed up a lot of people.
Anytime you deal with time travel and multiverse, it really it's a cop out.
Yeah,
Plot device. Hey, this doesn't work. Well, we'll just call it time travel. Or
yeah.
oh, they're from a different multiverse. No, how about you pick a multiverse and you stay in that lane?
And I'm wondering it too if it's the fatigue that we've gotten now with a lot of the comic book movies. I mean, is that what we're getting to? Is we're okay, well, we know we're gonna get another one of this that we're not looking forward to it, or do we need just a little bit of a, "Hey, it's not me, it's you," breakup type of like, "Hey, let's, uh, let's take a step back and then we'll maybe reintroduce Marvel," because you got, San Diego Comic-Con later in the year. Maybe that's the time to kinda roll and get people excited for everything again.
Yeah, you got your regular Batman, and then you got the Robert Pattinson Batman. Now you got the Joaquin Phoenix Joker, and they're all different multiverses. And people just get tired of following because people like facts. They like to go back and say, well, actually, this is what happened. But now you can say, well, that's what happened in this multiverse, but this multiverse did this. People don't
And
like that.
And I also wonder too for the casual viewer, how much I mean, because obviously a lot of us will go back to say, like, hey, that wasn't originally in the comic or this was in the comic. I mean, how much of the casual viewer that goes see these movies actually saw the storyline in the comic or any cartoons or have gone further into just what they've seen on the big screen? I don't think a lot of people have done that either. I mean, so they're kind of like, oh, they might see it from the comic, but your casual viewer might not necessarily be watching the comic.
Yeah, you got like I said, you got that with the whole DC and Batman stuff, and this, in Marvel with the Spider Verse thing. Everybody's like, I don't remember that Spider Man. That's because he made a small cameo appearance in Amazing Spider Man number whatever.
Yeah.
Uh, yeah, it's just they're confusing people too much. I believe there's not a linear storyline. It's a spaghetti bowl of plots.
That's a good way of that it's a spaghetti bowl of plots, and you just gotta figure it out.
Yeah,
Yeah, and then, I don't know, in DC, well, hopefully DC gets it together. I know Peacemaker season 2 will come out next year. I'm sure they'll be back to wrapping that up. I mean, great TV series, but
yeah.
I hope they just kinda keep it there and not try to then, "Okay, we gotta get back into the movies because at the end of the day, they really want the money, but it's gonna be the fans that either you're gonna get tired of it or you're gonna want more of it. So,
Let him do a couple cameos.
yeah,
We are talking James Gunn,
yeah,
so it's possible you're going to see a few cameos. Because if he likes you, he uses you a lot.
he definitely does. I mean, I don't know if this is even, um, who's the guy that, oh my gosh.
Zachary Levi.
Oh, I'm spacing out that he's now brought in more people over to the DC side of things, and
Oh,
it
but I think Batista is going to go to
Hey,
DC.
how did I not remember his name? I was like, the muscle guy, the guy who's
I can
I,
guarantee Sean Gunn is going to be in there.
I mean, right? So
Nepotism.
he's got
That's
permanent
Zachary Levi. He'll tell you all about it.
he's got oh man. Favorite TV series of 2024. What would you say was a good one? What kinda I mean, TV was a little weird this year because of the strike. So a
Right.
lot of people really were kinda going back to watch old TV series. So what would you say what stood out for you in 2024?
Oh, Peacemaker, of course. Silo off of Apple. What was the one? Oh, was it Hulu or Netflix? The I think it was Korean based superheroes. Uh,
Yeah, you've mentioned that a couple
Moving,
of
I think it
times.
was called. Yeah, that one excellent. If you haven't seen it, check it out. Moving. There's been so many great series. I mean, we did every once in a while we go through. We started one the other night called School Spirits. It's okay. Um, but we did watch all of it, so it must have been okay.
It must have been okay.
Yeah.
Uh, Ted Lasso wrapped up, in
Oh,
2023. That was a good series, and I hate that they keep teasing us if there will be a season 4.
they've been talking about going back and visiting the club without him
Mhm.
because they developed. He was the main character, but even the secondary characters they developed well enough that you get attached to them.
Yeah, I mean, and the assistant coach, I kinda wanna see what happened to him now that he got married. Like,
He's a wild card.
yeah, I mean, it just a great storyline, but and you're right. I mean, because then you have, other players, you have, some of the, ones that have retired. You have obviously who's the new head coach. It's just there's still a storyline there. And I mean, you can have the Ted Lasso cameo, but
Yeah, call him for advice.
yeah, I mean, that'd be great, calling him for advice, or if it happens that Ted Lasso is now recruited to coach another team in the division. I mean, there's just so many plot lines. I mean, there's something there for everybody to enjoy, and keep in mind, we're talking about a movie about soccer. I mean, a show about soccer. How many
Soccer was the
people
background.
it really was, like,
Yeah, it wasn't
not
about soccer, but soccer, just like Walking Dead, is not about zombies. Zombies are just the background.
uh, What We Do in the Shadows, it looks like they will be getting their
Oh,
final season, and they will be wrapping up, so
yeah, I'm happy to see it come back. I'm sad that they're going to end it.
yeah, so as all good things must come to an end. What We Do in the Shadows will be wrapping up. So, yeah, TV's back, man, and I gotta say, I don't know if you've paid attention, but some of the networks, the local networks, that what they've been running, NBC, ABC, obviously, we're glad to be back. We're glad to be back because 'cause they're rolling out what they're gonna show in 2024. As like, obviously, it was kinda like yeah, we almost didn't make it because
Yeah,
this writer strike took a lot.
yeah. Stranger Things. They've been advertising the new season on that one,
Yeah,
um, and those kids are like in their 30s now,
I
so
don't know.
they're going to
That
do a
one's
time
def
jump.
That's definitely gonna be one that I think a lot of people are gonna have to say, what's next? Because I think the time jump will happen. I mean, unless you got a good makeup artist that can make you look 12.
De-age them. I don't know, but
Oh,
it's hard to believe. Elle is a preteen when she goes out looking like she looks now. She's a fully grown woman.
yeah, she's
It's
an
hard to
adult.
hide that.
I think what's she in real life? She's 25, I believe, 24,
Yeah,
25. Yeah.
yeah. Millie
But
Bobby Brown. She's not a youngin' anymore.
yeah, it's tough, but they definitely is one series that's gonna need to wrap up. Cobra Kai as well, that will wrap up. So,
That's sad. That's such a good
yeah.
show.
And I know we didn't get a chance to talk about this because 'cause we've been on a break for a bit, but, apparently there's gonna be another, what you call it? Another Karate Kid movie. So,
With the
apparently,
new kids.
Jackie Chan, Ralph Macchio, they are currently gonna be holding a competition to look for the next person to play the Karate Kid. So, it looks like
Jackie Chan's still
somehow.
alive?
Huh?
Says Jackie Chan still alive?
Yeah, oh, he did a movie with John Cena this year too. It's on Netflix.
Oh,
Yeah, it's
okay.
one of those movies. Yeah, you gotta go search for it. It was okay.
Yeah.
It definitely didn't make this top list that I have
No,
today.
I didn't hear you mention that one.
Not at all. But no, there's a whole promo out there that talks about them. We're looking for the next Karate Kid. Who will be the next Karate Kid? And it's Ralph Macchio and Jackie Chan together. And I'm wondering if Will Smith is going to be the executive producer of this because obviously Ralph Macchio, I mean, he knows where to get the oil from. He's like, hey man, I'm gonna keep milking this until I can. But yeah, there's gonna be another Karate Kid movie that comes out.
Are people over the whole Will Smith thing now?
I think so. I think we're done with the slap.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
him producing it and directing it is different, but if he comes in front of the camera, how are people going to react to that?
I'm not sure just yet. So I know kind of looking, a lot of people were excited to see him perform at some Grammy tribute. And they were kind of, I mean, but then again, that's him, you know, you know, playing to a crowd again. I don't know how they're gonna see on a big screen. So yeah, we'll
Maybe
have
this
to
is him
wait.
testing the water. I don't know.
I think it is. That's what I was kind of getting from him. I think he was just kind of like, let's see if I do this, I'll make an appearance on a podcast and see if people still like me.
I mean, he's got enough money. He doesn't need to work. anymore. But most of the time with these guys, it's ego. They need that adoration.
I need to be loved again.
Yes, I need to hear the applause. Yeah.
What was that? You said you needed to hear the applause. I got you.
Yeah, I guess that works.
Boom. Take away your applause.
Oh,
That's Will Smith. Oh, bring it back, please.
I'm still married to Jada. Oh,
Oh, I can't believe they're still together too. That's a whole
well,
nother.
obviously they weren't for a while, according to her.
Yeah. So anything to sell a book, man.
I don't know.
Anything.
If you walk in the room and you see that red table, turn around. Turn
Yeah,
around, walk
no,
out.
that red table. It's like, it's like, nope, we ain't doing this.
We ain't talking about my personal life.
Burn this table to the ground. I do not need it.
You should come in with a hatchet and just cut that thing to pieces.
Troy, they want to stay up to date with you and all that you got going on. How can they stalk you?
We're all over interwebs. We got the Meta, the Insta, the YouTube, and the TikTok.
That's right. And of course, make sure you guys follow them. You can follow me, Big Show, Hospital 3's Big Show on Facebook, Big Show FM on the Instagram, and Joe on the FM on TikTok. All right, that is going to do it for us. Happy New Year. We'll see y'all in 2024.
Later, nerds.